All right, we're going to move on now, and after a recent run of poor results, Bohemians were hoping to get back on the rails against Dundalk at Dalymount on Friday night. With Shamrock Rovers not playing until Saturday, Bohs could move 4 points clear at the top. Now in a moment we'll see Rovers against Bray, but first to Dalymount Park and Bohs versus Dundalk. Tony O'Donoghue reports.
Dundalk might just be getting sick of Bohemians. This was their 6th meeting of the season, with the Gypsies coming good in the 3 league games and the FAI Cup after a replay. Bohs, though, were going through a rough patch by their standards, 4 games without a win. But having forced an early corner, Killian Brennan's delivery was knocked back into the danger zone by Paddy Madden, and Paul Keegan was on hand to force the ball home for just his 2nd of the season. Dundalk were back on level terms before the break. If your name is Matt Gregg, you just might want to look away now. The keeper made a right mess of this clearance. But credit to Dundalk's Ger Rowe, who had the foresight and the ability to launch the ball into the empty net. That was the first time Dundalk have scored against Bohs in 7 years. The Gypsies' response, though, was magical. A goal that began with a clearance out of defence from Brian Shelley. Glenn Cronin picked it up and fed Paddy Madden, and he in turn released Conor Powell, who's responding to Trapattoni's praise. Maybe he's the best left-back Ireland have right now. His cross for Jason Byrne was delightful, as was the finish. Byrne's goal drought over, his first in over a month. Clashes between these two have become somewhat fiery encounters, with cards as plentiful as Valentine's Day. No love lost though, as inevitably Dundalk's dynamo Michael Collins was shown yellow for a needless shove right in front of referee Declan Hannay. Into the second half, and a Bohemians corner appeared to be well cleared by the Dundalk defence. Glenn Cronin won the header, but Dundalk cleared it again and again. But the pressure continued, and when the ball came back a 3rd time, Jason Byrne slipped inside the defender and coolly struck the ball across Cherry and into the far corner. A terrific strike, and Byrne's 18th of the season. That should have signalled an easy end to the match for Bohemians, but instead credit Dundalk, who made Pat Fenlon's men sweat. Mickey McGowan's cross caused panic. Michael Collins' shot well saved by Gregg, who grabbed the ball before Alex Williams could take advantage. Gregg saving face and making up for his earlier mistake. Dundalk continued to press and forced a free kick in a dangerous position. Glenn Cronin penalised for a foul on Turner. Pat Fenlon worried, and with good reason. Michael McGowan's free kick flew goalwards, and Glenn Crowe got a touch as the ball sailed into the net with minutes remaining. You suppose it would have been the other goal, Crowe. The game ended in familiar controversy, with a sending off that Dundalk felt hard done by. Yet the pictures show clearly that Michael Collins ran towards Owen Heary and knocked him to the ground right in front of the referee. Despite protestations of innocence, there can really be no excuse for this, and the referee was absolutely right. A 2nd yellow for Collins, 2 cards that could so easily have been avoided. As we highlighted here, Collins charges Heary, who goes down in a heap, and you really couldn't blame him. And so the 10 men faced familiar defeat at the hands of the champions, whose league campaign appears to be back on track.
I wasn't really bluffing. I know we're not used to losing games, but we've been playing well and not scoring goals, and lucky enough to maybe 3 of them went in for us.
I think we were coasting in the game and gave away a sloppy free kick and conceded a sloppy goal, so we're disappointed with the 2 goals, but they showed great character tonight. It's been a hard few weeks for the lads and carrying a fair few knocks in there, so I think the win was what it was about tonight.
The player involved is very good at doing what he does and making a meal out of a molehill, and you know, there was absolutely nothing. But Mickey was backing into the player in question, and he's gone down. So if the referee can live with decisions like that, that's fine by him.
Going back to Bohemians, great win for them, back on the rails. One of the talking points from that match though was the sending off of Mickey Collins for Dundalk, another red card for them against Bohemians. What was your view on this?
I think the first challenge was a bit soft. I mean, I don't, as a soft yellow card. I mean, you know, it's a nudge, but he's obviously an aggressive player and he likes to get stuck in. And you know, you just wondered if the referee could have left it go. You know, I mean, I've seen way worse challenges than that and get yellow cards. The second one, I mean, he's just gone in and he just smacked on Heary. And then there's been a reaction by Shelley. So you just look at both and you say to yourself, is it a sending off? I mean, when you look at it, he's after hitting him. So
if you're on a yellow card, that's not.
Yeah, it's not. Well, it's a very dopey thing to do. But I mean, you know, if you look at Croke Park yesterday, we've seen a lot worse than that. and not get touched at all. But again, obviously this is soccer.
The first yellow card though, Sean, you know, if everybody was booked for pushing a guy in the back, we'd have, you know, 20 yellow cards.
It was handbag stuff really. Now the only thing I can think of, whether he'd been committing fouls prior to that and enough of them to warrant maybe getting a yellow card. Could have been just petulance, whatever it may be, but it was a very soft yellow card, you know, just basically a push in the back, and that was it.